Yes. We are from group 5. Now we are going to start our video project. Let's dive to it.
Let's go!
Based on Group 5's discussion, we infer that the most suitable approach for this case is text-based instruction. In the text-based instruction, the advanced level English language learners can enhance their English knowledge and language skill by identifying grammatical structure and also make critical short essay from the article climate change. Later on the assignment, they will encounter some instructions that need them to practice their English skill thoroughly. That's why we think that the text-based instruction is the most suitable approach for the students' needs.
Text-based instruction, or as we know it, TBI. Dating back to the 1980s, TBI focuses on grammar structure. So the students only focus on the grammar feature of a text, and the text usually based resolve around a real-life situation. Now, TBI has two main characteristics that I want to point out. The first one, TBI focuses on developing language skills in relation to the text. So whatever grammar they learn, it will be related to the text. If the text doesn't have that grammar, the student won't learn it. This way, the student can hyper-focus on that grammar in order to grasp and master it completely. Secondly, TBI encourages language development through practice. As they say, practice makes perfect. The more the students practice on how to use the specific grammar in the text, the more they will learn. Now, Lanetta here has the list of advantages and do's and don'ts. Take it away.
And now I'm going to explain the advantages of text-based instruction. So the first one, text-based instruction is suitable for all ages and backgrounds, especially for young learners. But when it comes to children, teachers must be careful to give them assignments because it has to align with their English skill. And the second one, text-based instruction can also be used to teach content as well as language. And it also can be combined with traditional teaching methods. And lastly, it motivates students to learn. When students encounter assignments with related topic, it will motivate them to learn more about the topics given. And next, I will explain things to consider for teachers when applying text-based instruction in a classroom. So the first thing, teachers must identify the purpose of an assignment, whether it is like grammar assignment or it is vocabulary assignment. And the next one, teachers must prepare the content. And the last one, teachers must decide where the text is going to be performed, whether it is in a classroom, outside of the classroom, or it is for homework.
There you have it, folks. Now we're moving on to the teaching demo.
Good morning, students. How are you today?
I'm good.
I'm glad you're all well today. I also feel great today because the weather outside, with the sunny outside, I hope today will be the greatest day. So, moving on to our materials today is all about climate change. The definition of climate change is climate is the average weather in a place over many years, and it's a shift in those average conditions. The rapid climate change we are seeing now is caused by humans. How so? Because we've been using oil, gas, and even coal for our homes, factories, and even transportations. The extreme temperatures can also be increased in climate change at the risk of wildfire, as we're seeing in the Europe right now. Two countries, France and Germany, has recorded about 7 times about their land burn between January and the middle of July 2022. Moving on to the government's doing on the climate. The country agrees climate change can only be tackled by working together, and in a landmark agreement in Paris in 2015. Many countries have pledged to get the net zero by 2015, to which means by reducing green gas emission and balancing out emission by an absorbent equivalent amount of atmosphere. Now, what can we do as humans so that the climate change won't happen again? Well, you need to live car-free or use an electric car, You need to reduce consumption of meat and dairy products, take a fewer flights. You need to reduce your energy. You need to buy energy efficient products such as washing machine when they need to replacing. You need to improve your home's installations. And lastly, you need to switch from gas heating system to electric heat pump. Okay, students, as for the assignment today is each group has their own task. The first task is doing by the group 1 by reading this article. The group 1 will be finding the grammar tense start from paragraph 5 until 8. As for the second group is they need to find the grammatical mistakes. Same the paragraph as the group 1 start from 5 until 8. And for the last group, the third group, is that they need to write an essay from paragraph 1 until 4. Do you understand, students?
Yes,
Yes.
Alright, so please be cooperative with your partners and good luck. Do you need a question in here?
Miss, I have. You didn't explain about the essay. Do we need to paraphrase the essay with our own words, or do we give our opinion about the essay?
Well, Gregory, you just need to paraphrase from paragraph 1 until 4.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
Welcome. Hello, and the gentlemen, do you need question in here?
No, miss.
All right. As for the girls, do you need questions from here?
No, miss.
All right. And now I need one student from group 1 to present the task 1. Please come in front.
Well, now I will explain what tenses is used in this article. As you can see in line 49 of the 8th paragraph, the tenses used in the passage is present continuous. Why is it to be present continuous? Because the context of the passage is about explaining something or studying on an ongoing action during a certain time in the present. So that's why the present continuous is the correct tenses of this passage.
Now I need one student from group 2 to present their task 2. Please come in front.
So, for the grammatical mistake that we had found in this article is in line 34 to 35. In the 6th paragraph, in the line during that period, a mass ice sheet half a mile thick spread down from the Arctic. Is a grammar mistake because they didn't write the tenses to use in this passage. So, the right sentence in this paragraph is during that period, massive ice sheet half a mile thick had spread down from the Arctic. The tenses they need to use for this passage is the past perfect because the context is talking about the iceberg for a long time period, which is about the action that was complete before some point in the past. That's why past perfect is the right tenses for this passage.
Now I need one student from the last group to present the task 3. Please come front.
In the last 10 years, ships for the Iceland ports have been pushed by drifting ice for the first time in century. The snow cap and the Arctic ice also has expanded 12%. Then in England, growing season became shorter by a week than around 10 centuries ago. The armadillo is also drifting to the south from Midwest. Meanwhile, in Africa, it rained in the Sahel region after the drought that lasted for 6 years. The Sahara Desert also is creeping southward. In the US, excess rains and summer drought combined with floods in Bangladesh mean their harvests and terrible drought in India made the corn crops to fall off last year.
So the conclusion for today's lesson is climate change refers to long-term shift in temperatures and weather patterns. The impact of climate change is that the extreme weather is already more intense and threatens the lives of the people. The solution to climate change is that you need to renewable energy. That's all for today's lesson, and see you next week.
How does the task you implement can encourage students to learn more?
In the simulation, we implemented grammar identification, grammar correcting, and writing a short essay. This task allows students to really think about grammar structure to identify the mistakes in the text. And a grammar identification allows students to know the different kinds of grammar and how to identify which is which. Grammar correcting allows students to know which type of grammar is appropriate for certain situations. And also, writing a short essay encourages the student to use knowledge that they have learned. And TBI will motivate students to learn about grammar while implementing real-life situations such as global warming. And through practice, the student can really grasp grammar structure to the T.
Welcome back, guys. Now that you have seen the teaching demo and know what TBI is, I'm going to give an advice for our teachers out there that want to implement this in their class. So first, teachers need to know their student. A teacher's ability to adapt in a class is very important for this teaching method. Because of course, not all of your students will have the same level of knowledge in English. So you have to adapt your task, adapt your essays, adapt your text to their levels of comprehension. Of course, if you have advanced students, you use advanced English and vice versa. Number two, teachers must prepare content according to the students. Now, this point has 3 points that I want to entail. Linking, designing, and providing. Linking is you link the text to the culture of their use. Meaning, if you want to use, let's say, this video, global warming, you need to link it to a present continuous because global warming likely hasn't happened yet and will happen. Designing, you work around the focus on developing skills. You find the key points of that text in order for your students to learn grammar from that text. The last one is providing. You as teachers aren't just watchdogs. You as teachers will provide guidance as for the students. If they have questions, you answer them. If they have any worries, you answer that worries. The last one, you monitor the students. As I've said, the teacher's main role in TBI is to be a guide. You need to monitor the comprehension of each student and why each student have difficulties to learn specific grammar. And that's all. Thank you for watching.
That's all our presentation for today. We hope you enjoy our video. Thank you.
Good day, Lex.
And now I need one student to present their Okay, students, now we're moving on to our next activity. We're going to do assignments. Okay, now moving on to our next activity.
Hello everybody, welcome to group 5.
you.